Welcome back as we are staying on top of that breaking situation at O'Hare Airport.
A man was shot near Terminal 2. NBC5's Sandra Torres joins us live from O'Hare with what we know now. Good morning, Sandra.
Patrick and Michelle, it looks like Chicago police may be wrapping up their investigation very soon, but we are still seeing that the arrivals area, so the ramps into arrivals here at O'Hare International Airport, are still closed. And as I step out of the way, I'm going to show you there's a tow truck that just arrived as well. We noticed that there's actually a vehicle that police have been focusing on, a vehicle that may be involved with the shooting that happened earlier today around 1 o'clock this morning. So we're waiting to see if this vehicle is going to be towed away. But again, police have been here since about 1 a.m. That is when they responded to the shooting in this area outside of Terminal 2 in the lower level, right outside of baggage claim. A scary situation for those at the airport at the time, including a woman who was sleeping in the lower level of Terminal 2, and she woke up to police surrounding the area. She had headphones on, did not hear the shooting, but here's what she saw moments after.
It's terrifying.
You can see that there's a shattered window in the area she was sleeping in. It appears that a bullet went through that window. We have confirmed with Chicago police that one person was shot during this altercation. A 25-year-old man who was shot twice in the lower body. We are told by Chicago police that his condition has been stabilized at Lutheran General Hospital. Chicago police tell us the shooting happened around 1 a.m. They got a call about a fight between several individuals outside of Terminal 2. This happened on the street, not inside the terminal. Someone then opened fire, shooting that 25-year-old man. Here's how witnesses described what they saw.
Yeah, there's broken glass over there, and you can see the actual bullet inside between the glass laying in there.
Yeah, so a lot of people were in the area when this happened. Our photographer was able to get closer to investigators earlier this morning. He captured video of about 20 to 30 evidence markers on the ground. That's basically showing us the amount of bullet casings that are on the ground. And even one of the witnesses described hearing multiple shots fired when this happened. The hotel, Hilton Hotel, is directly in front of this area of Terminal 2. So there's also a lot of people in the hotel who were scared when they heard the shots. Now, back here live, as I mentioned, Chicago police are still on the scene. They still have this area roped off, which is right outside of the baggage claim between 2A and 2C, if you are familiar with those doors. As I said, I reached out to the Chicago Department of Aviation. We were trying to get more information regarding what people should know if they're coming to the airport. We have not received an answer just yet, but just from being here for a couple of hours, we can tell you that, again, the ramps to arrivals are closed, so you cannot enter the lower level of the terminals, but you can enter through the departures area. So if you are picking up a loved one at the airport, you are likely going to have to do it through the upper level of the terminals. Reporting live here at O'Hare, Sandra Torres, NBC5 News.
I certainly understand how frightening that must have been. I know you'll keep us updated, Sandra. Thank you.
Terrifying moments at O'Hare Airport. We know a man is in the hospital after a shooting that took place outside of the baggage claim overnight. NBC5's Christian Farr live at O'Hare tonight, talking to travelers who I can imagine are frightened by this.
Yeah, good afternoon, Stefan. This was a very scary situation. It happened outside of the baggage claim at Terminal 2 at about 1 this morning. In fact, one of the bullets shattered a window, but it also injured a 25-year-old man who was taken to the hospital. Police still looking for the shooter.
I'm very concerned.
As travelers flew into O'Hare this afternoon, some would soon discover that a shooting took place overnight, injuring at least one person.
It drives me crazy. You know, you're living in a sophisticated city, supposedly, and everywhere you turn around, somebody's getting shot.
Chicago police said this happened shortly before 1 this morning, right outside a baggage claim at Terminal 2. Witnesses and police say a fight broke out between a group of people, and that's when someone pulled out a gun and started firing.
They start fighting, regular fighting. After that, they go in the car, they bring the gun, and start shooting.
This man was staying at a nearby hotel. when those shots rang out.
I heard a bunch of rapid fire, and I opened up my curtain and I looked and I saw people scattering. And then I heard a bunch of individual pops.
Chicago police say a 25-year-old man was shot 2 times in the lower part of his body. He was taken to the hospital and is in stable condition.
It's terrifying.
Raquel Barajas had been asleep in Terminal 2 when the shooting took place and did not hear a thing because of her earbuds.
When I woke up and seen all the cops, I was terrified. So I honestly, these might have saved my life.
Again, very scary situation for everyone who was in that terminal as it was going on. Police did tow a car away from the scene of this shooting. They also questioned someone as well, possibly connected to it. But again, no arrests have been made. Still looking for the shooter. Reporting live here at O'Hare, Christian Farr, NBC 5 News.
All right, Christian, thanks so much. Gunfire at the airport. When's the last time you heard something like that? Just imagine the shock and the fear for travelers at O'Hare early this morning when a man was shot right outside of Terminal 2. All this starting with a fight that broke out between several people near the baggage claim. NBC 5's Randy Gyllenhaal is at O'Hare and has the new information on what led up to that gunfire.
Well, police and witnesses say this fight started in the baggage claim and spilled out into the pickup area outside. It led to gunfire, some of the bullets shattering windows at Terminal 2, now boarded up at O'Hare.
I'm honestly just really grateful to be alive right now.
Shaken passengers and shattered glass after bullets flew into the baggage claim and around the taxi stand around 1 in the morning.
And then I looked and I saw people scattering. And then I heard a bunch of individual pops.
Chicago police say an altercation between multiple people led to the shooting. Witnesses heard a dozen or so shots with a 25-year-old man hit twice in the lower body.
Looks like someone is shot on the ground.
Somebody got shot at the airport, bro.
A very public act of violence at a major American airport. Police now searching for the shooter and a motive. O'Hare was not busy at 1 a.m., but flights recently arrived, and there was a large police presence for much of the day.
And all of the lower level terminals are fully operational.
Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson pointing to illegal guns. At this point, police have not released much about their investigation.
These weapons create a situation where any argument or disagreement can end in tragedy for the loved ones of the victim and, of course, for our city.
I just landed from Dallas, Texas to attend a wedding, my nephew's wedding.
Passengers at O'Hare a bit unnerved after arriving in Chicago.
Every time you see the headlines, but I didn't expect that happened today. And you walk in, you see the right there. It's crazy, man.
With nobody in custody, unanswered questions like how did a gun get near the airport and what sparked the fight. At O'Hare, Randy Gyllenhaal, NBC 5 News.